They finally did it. The sign's been swapped out. It now boldly reads, Mayor Jason House. Yep, Jason's officially calling the shots now. Who would have thought? Just a few months ago, Dalton was still stuck under the shadow of Tiffany Henyard, and now her chapter is officially closed. No longer supervisor, no longer mayor, and definitely no longer the self-declared queen of the spotlight. And let's be real, the way things are spiraling, Freedom might be next on the chopping block. The feds are sniffing around, and her grip on Dalton is completely gone. Just like that, she's back to being a regular citizen, probably rolling around in a used Honda Civic, like the rest of us. No more motorcade, no more posse, no more parading through town like it's hers. You think she'll still pop into city meetings just to relive the glory days? Maybe she'll lurk in the back row, toss a little shade, and pretend she still matters. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I know I'm not the only one wondering. This really feels like the curtain is closed on an era, a very chaotic, cringe-filled era. Every trace of Tiffany Henyard's reign is being erased. No more Mayor Tiffany Henyard splashed across government cars, buildings, or highway banners. The town is cleaning house, literally and symbolically. And it's wild when you think about it, because she used to flaunt those signs like trophies, cruising past them with her daughter in the car, flexing like, asterisk, look baby, you can grow up to be a crooked mayor too. Just dream big and skim a little off the top. Asterisk, it was always jokes and bragging until reality caught up. Now, the signs are down. The power's gone. The queen has been dethroned. And Jason House is stepping in, a twist nobody saw coming. Honestly, it's kind of poetic. From self-proclaimed queen bee to meme fodder. That's a brutal fall. But if you're going to talk about Tiffany's downfall, you can't ignore the weirder, darker parts of her legacy, like the whole creepy funeral obsession she had. Let's talk about that for a second. She was always talking about funerals, burials, fire, tragedy. It was like she was on a one-woman mission to bury half the town. She tried to spin it like community outreach, like she was doing a service. But to the rest of us, it gave straight-up Undertaker energy. Where was she even finding all these people to bury? At some point, it stopped sounding symbolic and started feeling like a side hustle. Was this a public service or a secret business? Was Tiffany running some underground burial boutique? Every headstone came with a political scandal. The way she talked about burials, like she was handing out flyers. Asterisk, need someone 6 feet under? Say less. Asterisk, it was eerie, like horror movie level creepy. And just when you thought it couldn't get weirder, boom, a sign pops up at Thornton Township Cemetery, front and center. Asterisk, Tiffany A. Henyard, supervisor. Asterisk, wait, what? Is she now the official spokesperson of the afterlife? The farewell CEO? She turned public office into a personal graveyard gig. You'd think she was out here managing burial plots like luxury condos. That's premium dirt right there, Tiffany certified. I mean, should we call her for a quote? Asterisk, hey Tiff, still taking customers? Asterisk, it's insane. Unhinged, even. And here's the kicker. She's been talking like this for years. All that spooky funeral talk, that wasn't a phase. It was a pattern. And now there's a literal cemetery sign with her name on it to prove it. At this point, I wouldn't be shocked if she showed up with shovels saying, asterisk, I buried your grandma, your cousin, your neighbor, and you thought you'd make it out? Asterisk, you can't make this stuff up. You can't spend years making creepy graveyard speeches and then plaster your name on the front gate of a cemetery without people raising their eyebrows. It's giving funeral home director. It's giving asterisk, I eat lunch next to headstones. Asterisk, and honestly, she probably doesn't flinch near a crematorium either. They finally did it. Swap the sign out. Now, in big bold letters, it reads, Mayor Jason House. Just like that, a new era begins. Who would have thought, right? Tiffany Henyard's name is no longer plastered across city property. She's not the mayor. She's not the supervisor. She's not the queen of Dalton. That chapter? Closed. And if we're being honest, her freedom might be the next thing on the chopping block. Tiffany's grip on Dalton? Gone. Completely evaporated. Just another citizen now. Probably rolling around in a used Honda Civic like the rest of us. No more motorcade. No more photo ops. No more drama-drenched entrances. You think she'll still pop into city meetings to lurk in back, throw a little shade and relive her glory days? Wouldn't be shocking. Drop your guesses in the comments. It really feels like a curtain has dropped. The town is scrubbing every trace of her reign. No more Mayor Tiffany Henyard on roadside banners, government vehicles, or public buildings. She once flaunted those signs like trophies, parading around with her daughter saying, asterisk, look, baby, you can grow up to be a crooked mayor too. Just dream big and skim a little off the top. Asterisk, well, reality caught up. The signs are down. The illusion is shattered. Jason House is in. Tiffany is out. And honestly, the irony is almost poetic. She went from self-proclaimed queen bee to a punchline. But her legacy isn't just about bad politics or misused power. It's got a bizarre, eerie side too. Let's talk about that. Funeral obsession? Yeah, that part. For years, she was constantly talking about burials, funerals, death, spinning it like community service. But let's be real, it gave serious Undertaker vibes. Almost like she was on a mission to single-handedly lay the town to rest. The way she talked about burying people's loved ones, it wasn't symbolic. It felt like a side hustle, was a civic duty, or a grim little boutique business. Tiffany's Burial Boutique. Every headstone comes with scandal and a taxpayer-funded signature. She brought it up so often, it started to feel like she had a loyalty program. Picture this. You walk into a funeral home, tissues in hand, sorrow in the air, and who's sitting at the front desk? Tiffany, smiling, hands clasped, ready to guide you through your final arrangement options. She probably had brochures, tiered packages, maybe even a punch card. Asterisk by 5 burials, get 1 free. Asterisk, it wouldn't feel like mourning. It'd feel like a VIP death concierge experience. And then there's that sign. You know the one. Thornton Township Cemetery. Front and center. Asterisk Supervisor Tiffany A. Henyard. Asterisk, it's not a memorial marker. It's a billboard. A bold, unmissable endorsement from the controversy queen herself. Most cemeteries aim for peace and subtlety. This one, it screams. Asterisk, this graveyard proudly sponsored by Tiffany Henyard. Asterisk, honestly, at this rate, wouldn't be surprised if every vending machine in Thornton said, asterisk, enjoy the snack, courtesy of Supervisor Tiffany Henyard. Asterisk, she stamped her name on everything like a political version of Where's Waldo, except you don't have to search. She's always right there, front and center. And here's the wild part. This didn't start when she became mayor. Roll it back to 2018. She was just a trustee back then. And even then, her favorite pastime? Calling out the mayor. Not to push better policy. Not to fight for the people. Just for attention. Just to be seen. She wanted the gavel, the title, the spotlight. She was gunning for the throne from the jump. But power comes with responsibility. And Tiffany? She only wanted the crown, not the weight. As trustee, she understood how government worked. Her job was to demand transparency, ask tough questions, and represent the people. But once she sat in the mayor's seat, she flipped the script. She demanded silence, loyalty, and rubber stamp approval on every reckless decision. She hired unqualified people, filled city jobs with folks whose rap sheets were longer than their resumes. Dalton wasn't a town anymore. It was her kingdom. Now her name's on cemetery gates. Her fingerprints are all over the disaster. And the signs, one by one, are being peeled off brick by brick. Her personal vanity project is crumbling. And let's not forget that infamous ice rink. You remember it. The one that barely had ice. That laughable excuse for a public space. Another prop. Another monument to her ego. It was never about serving Dalton. It was about showing her daughter. Asterisk, look, I named this after you. Asterisk, she wasn't building community. She was trying to build legacy on shaky ground. Even her appearance told a story. Go back and watch those old town hall videos. She parted her hair on the opposite side. Not a flip video, just a subtle shift. But it's telling. Even her look did a 180. Her entire story reversed. Because now, it's just Tiffany. No title, no badge, no entourage. And I wouldn't be surprised if she snatched one of those old nameplates before they hit the trash. Picture it. Taped her front door like a trophy, a little reminder to herself and the neighbors. Asterisk, once upon a time, I ran this town. Asterisk, she had 4 years. 4 full years to build something meaningful. Instead, she built a circus, and now she's left with ashes. But here's the real question. Is she done? Will she ghost town meetings now that her throne is gone? Or will she pull up in that Civic, walking solo, arms folded, scanning the room for drama? You know Tiffany. She's messy. She's extra. And she's bold. No security. No camera crew. Just her, pretending nothing changed. She used to act like she needed full-time protection, like she was royalty under attack. But that was always part of the act. What she really wanted wasn't protection. It was the illusion of power. Now that the curtain's down and the crown's gone, Tiffany's got to remember how to just be normal. No more drivers. No more red carpets. No plaques. No titles. Just Tiffany. And maybe, finally, she'll have to learn how to drive herself.